Stage. Let's get him on stage. Salute everyone. Salute to everyone joining us right now today. We also have our sister Dee in the building. Salute to you, sister. How are you today?
I'm good. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear. Salute to everyone in the chat. So, welcome once again to everyone. Sorry for the delay in coming on. We are here to remember our dear brother Otho Ozone Wallace for the month of June. Remember Otho Ozone Wallace support campaign June 24 is what we're about the business for tonight. June 9th is the kickoff, and we're going to talk about how you too can contribute to supporting Otho Ozone Wallace not only monetarily but also through your written words. We're gonna we want you all to go back to how you first heard about our brother Ozone. Think about all the engagements he was involved in, and think about the reasons why he was involved in those activities. And then we want you to write those thoughts down, and we want you to share those thoughts, because if we put those positive vibrations out there in the atmosphere, remembering our brother for those activities that we knew him to engage in for the positive upliftment of our people, then those vibrations can reach, I would like to say, the heavens, and things can change. Things can change. I believe in power. There's power in numbers. And so we want to be a part of history. We want to write Ozone's story. We don't want the mainstream media to write Ozone's story. If you all just Google right now, Otho Ozone Wallace, see what comes up. See what comes up. So we want to put these positive vibrations in the air. Handwrite. You can handwrite the letter. You can type the letter. You can record the letter. You can memorize it and come back on June 23rd and let us know how you feel, how you remember Otho Ozone Wallace for this month of June. Now, y'all have to remember June 23rd was the day that our dear brother Otho Ozone Wallace was stopped by deceased police officer Jason Raynor. So we here at News Facts and Comments have declared the month of June as Remember Otho Ozone Wallace month, and I'm asking you all to help me, with this support campaign. Just straight up, we got to make this money, man, because our brother is appealing. So I want to pass the mic over to one of my co-hosts. Any one of y'all chime in on what I just said. Salute to everyone in the chat again. Welcome to News, Facts, and Comments in conjunction with Major TV. I'm a Cody, and we got Major in the house of Major TV and Sister Dee. Anyone grab the mic.
Hey, positive vibration. Good day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, comment. If you're new to the platform, subscribe. This is something I think been talked about for so long about support of Otha Wallace that I think it is so important that we understand that it's just bigger than just the conversation itself, even what happened to him. And when we show a sign of unity in reference to supporting him, showing that despite what happened to him, that we know stand up for himself was like stand up for the community. Too many times we get kicked, punched, spit on, used and abused, embarrassed, disrespected, and even killed. And when you stand up like he did, just realistically looking at how he was approached, like most of these officers, they're bigoted. They have this mentality, especially if you're melanated, and they can just walk to you, address you in any kind of way, expect for you to just waive your rights. Like they know they have to ask you, can you search your vehicle or can they do this? And you tell them no, they still will go so far. It's still trying to reduce you to somebody that's gonna be submissive and let them do that, right? And they know they got the badge, you know they got the gun. But in this case, it worked out whereas he didn't get the short end of the stick. He was able to survive or did that could have escalated because whenever we witness stuff that's been showed on body cams or on videos and stuff, we notice that a lot of time it be a situation like we didn't see on several occasions where it be something this small that turned out to be so big, a bunch of police swarm on that one person. Before you know it, that person is killed. And believe it or not, that officer ran. He was calling for backup during the time that this back and forth discourse took place that resulted into what happened afterwards. But what we trying to do is really just create an atmosphere. Whereas we want you to understand we appreciate everything you're doing, and if you're new to what's going on, I mean, OTHAL going there, they have a whole rundown about his case and what have you, and why they're raising the money for his attorneys to appeal his conviction. They was trying to get the death penalty, and they was very unsuccessful with that. And they gave him manslaughter, and they matched it out, and that's definitely an unfortunate situation considering the brother on the criminal background or what had by being a police officer. They took it that far, but the contest we talking about, or I don't want to say contest. It's not a contest, but people submitting letters and what have you, and also showing support towards his brother and donating to his brother. Yeah, we have stuff for you. We have gifts and what have you, for your efforts and your work and trying to just help this brother out. So it's so important that we understand that it's just bigger than the conversation older. We need to let this set precedent in reference to anyone else that be caught in a situation like this that need our help. And there's a lot of our people get caught up like this here. But we have to definitely realize that it's just bigger than all of us. And if we don't stand up now behind something that's worthwhile, something that's meaningful, something that really matters, it'll continue happening. So I definitely give a shout out to everybody, Cody, Didi, everybody has been behind helping Older since day one. We have to keep pushing it. We have to keep making a loud noise about it, talking about it, encouraging people to get involved because somebody in their neighborhood, somebody in their family, somebody they may know, maybe probably have went through that or may go through that. So that's why it's important for us to get behind older.
Sister Didi, are you available?
Yes. Oh, of course, of course. Yeah. I was just sending out shares, just sharing the link to different people. But anyway, give me a second, please. We have been on this 3-year journey of trying to come up with the monies we need to meet the attorneys. As I've told people before. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Hello.
Yeah, sister, we hear you.
We get you.
Okay. Okay. As I've told people before, anytime you caught up in the system, it's not free. Nothing's free. Whether it's if you're dealing with a traffic stop ticket, if you're dealing, traffic ticket, if you're dealing with a domestic ticket or case, none of this is free. Now, our brother, his case is very significant. Okay. Um, I do, and like us, like we thank the Most High that he was not served with the death penalty. Okay, now we can get our brother to the finish line. I mean, our work will be done once our brother gets home. Okay, this is really the easy part. Is us financially establishing his attorneys, having them fully paid, and excuse me, by the grace of God, excuse me, they're willing to work out a payment plan. This is what you would call a payment plan. Okay. So if we can hurry up and get them paid off so they can do what they got to do, we can, the sooner the better. We could definitely bring our brother home. Now, on the 23rd of this month will be 3 years since the beginning of this situation. You know, this kind of brings me back to where it all started to where we currently at. And to be honest, I'm just saying this debt should have been paid and then on with the next case. Okay. Um, this is a very unfortunate thing that he's still having to wait for us to come up with the amount of money it will take for him to get out. Okay. I'm sure there's amount of evidence that will prove that our brother shouldn't have been sentenced for 30 years. Coming from me, he shouldn't have been sentenced at all, period. Okay, he should be at home with his children. But in order for us to help him get through this process, again, it's important that we open our hearts, open our wallets, and free Ozone. Freeing Ozone is not just verbally saying it, it's action behind it. Okay. So even after our brother Ozone situation dealing with police brutality, I'm sure y'all have heard of numerous situations where so many of our people continue to go through this. But like our brother Major said, Ozone was fortunate to actually walk away, to not be deleted. Okay. So again, and I'll speak a little bit later. Let's come together. Let's spread the word. I know a lot of people out there may not be financially capable of helping, but at least you can help by spreading the word. What one person can't do, someone else I'm sure can. So we just have to continue to push this and to bring our brother home. All of this, free that, and you're not making an attempt to actually put it in action. Faith without works is dead. We can say free Ozone until we're black, blue, green, purple in the face, okay? But if you're not doing anything to help, to put action, behind freeing him, it's just going to be a lost cause. So we need to continue to stretch this out, put our money out there, free our brother, because he definitely needs our help. Without us, you guys, this will fail. It's a community action. It's a community action. So I'm going to go ahead and rest my mic right now, and I'll speak later. Thank you.
Yeah, sister, and thank you for that. And you're absolutely right. A lot of us speak on unity. We speak all the time about unity, but this is a time for us to prove that we can unify. Is if this is not the best reason to unify or just cause to unify behind, if this is not an example, I don't know what is. This is so. How can we prove to these other people that we can come together as a nation of people to protect our own? So this is an opportune time to show them that, yeah, we can do this is our brother. We recognize that this is our brother, and we stand with our brother. You know what I mean? That we stand with our brother, just point blank and period. Major.
I know I don't really believe in per se relying on one thing. I'm personally a self-taught person, and I had a situation. I always say I had a situation with police, whereas um, it turned out unfortunate, right? And we fought for a minute, like, and I took a couple of them down. Why I didn't get shot? Why I didn't get tased? All praise to the Most High. But I did most of my litigation. I did get a lawyer. They had money to get a lawyer, and what have you. But I don't really. I'm not one who believe in that. You just rely on one thing. People giving you money. I believe that we need to know the law. We need to know how to litigate. They got something called self-help litigation manual, and they teach you how to file lawsuits, all kind of stuff, right? They don't too much talk about post-conviction as far as going back in court, but it's when you're in prison, you have to learn these things. We don't realize a lot when we go to jail how awful attorneys are, and I just got to be real with you. A lot on lawyers ain't hitting on jack, and you got to keep in our mind about what these lawyers. They pay they bills, their livelihood come from their profession. And I watched a lot of lawyers railroad people through the system. I was one of the people. I had a big, paid black attorney, right? She wound up getting on crack with a dude that was locked up that came on with a paralegal and was talking this talk about who he was. They were talking, the victim was white. I was black when I went to jail for on ride when I was 17, right? Went upstate to Angola. And she didn't do jack. I had to research my case, litigate my case, hire a lawyer and tell a lawyer what I want to do. And they went there and I came home. But the thing was, I had to learn this, right? So this for open anybody, like we in the system, we gotta learn this, like, because you have to have a lawyer. I ain't gonna lie, you do need a lawyer in most cases to beat the system. You know what I'm saying? And there's just some strategies and stuff how you can do that. But in a high blister case like this, of course, he definitely needs some good attorney. But you also need people on the outside as well as in the inside to keep him informed of the litigation issues and stuff he got going on and what have you. Because I hate to say it, relying on our community have been very, very unfortunate because we didn't have cases prior to OTHAL, whereas we needed funding and it didn't happen, you know. And I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about throughout the years, you know. Our community getting behind certain things has been very, very hard. I think it's just gonna take an organization or a person to set precedent. In this case here, this could be the situation. And a lot of time our people, especially those who are in the spotlight or have a little money, talking about stuff like this and what he was doing, what he was representing, they don't really want to get caught in the fire. You know what I'm saying? They really don't want to be talking and whatnot. And I can understand to a certain degree, but I feel like it gets to the point where you have to stand up. You have to man up or woman up or lay down. And a lot of us chose to lay down. Like, it's easy to talk that talk, right? Until you're in that position like OTHAL was in. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to talk that talk when you're in that position where now you're facing the powers that be. What you would do. That's why I commend some brothers that took up arms and just went to shooting and did what they had to do because of how they felt. I really feel like for you let somebody drive you crazy or to the point where you just so traumatized you don't know what to do. In my mind, I was incarcerated and I got to the point where, damn, I don't want to do no life sentence. I don't care what you're doing. Law library was tearing it down, right? But I was like, if I lose my mind, I knew I'm attacking. I know how I'm gonna do it. And I was thinking like that when I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand this war. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes war is not fair. Sometimes they're gonna do things to win. People do anything to win. And that's why you got to give credit to OTHAL and how he stood up. But I really believe that donating to his cause is so important. But I also believe that it's a double-edged sport. I believe that there's a responsibility on us as a community and him to definitely find his way out the system. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in the system like a few times, and each time I found my way out of it. Because in every case, there's an error. Depends on whether it's a constitutional error or a harmless error. But there is an error. In this case, I feel like there are a couple errors from my research, and things I had been messing with. And I could contest to it. I had did some research, talked about it. I just don't have all the paperwork in my face. I'm not used to just watching videos. I'm used to reading it, right? I just feel like we gotta also be self-sufficient because these attorneys can let us down, and the community can let us down. So we have to know when we're in certain situations what to do. Even if you don't know what to do, you need to pick up a book and learn it. Because if we don't know our rights, we don't know that the reason why we got what we got. Look at what Thurgood Marshall did. He took their law and threw it in their face. And once you understand that, because they know the law was never written for us, when they was making decisions and in the 1800s and all that plastic case and whatnot. That was not for we was in slavery at that time, what have you. Slavery was still going on, so you got to realize a lot of laws that they passed and are overturning. That was laws that was under a racist system. You know what I'm saying? That supported slavery and Jim Crow and what have you. But the whole time we've been fighting for that. Just like in the case of OTHAL, of its Fourth Amendment being violated, Fifth Amendment, and Sixth Amendment, various violations, right? At the same time, we still we got to go before them. So that's why it's important that the lawyer thing is beautiful. Of course, we got to have a lawyer in the system, but it's also really important for us to know it. And I don't hear too many people talking about that. Lawyer is cool, but I don't hear too many people talking about if we don't get a lawyer, how we gonna approach it. And for me, as far as I'm concerned, this is such a delicate situation, whereas we know this brother's gonna be treated like a political prisoner, just the way how they handle him. After you already beat the charge itself, as far as not getting the first degree murder that would lead him death row, he got the manslaughter. Now they approach that to, well, we ain't gonna look at that no 15 or 10 years, we're gonna give you 30 years. So this thing is real serious. So I think as a community, and I've been preaching this for like over 20 years, you know what I'm saying, or longer, to people, especially when I was incarcerated. I was teaching people the law and telling them, you got to learn this. You can't be worrying about sports and all that in prison and running around doing whatever. And these people convicting you, and they may be convicting you wrong. You got to learn it yourself. So when you go into court, when you have a lawyer now, the judge asks you a question, you should be able to answer relating your case and what have you. So that's my position on it. But I would always push that we donate and support before our community that don't have a case, whereas have a lot of publicity or have the support like OTHAL got, because he do have support. Got some people that don't have support like that, and they're going through something like that, are probably worse in reference to how the system railroad and messing them. They need to understand the legal system and how it works.
Hey, bro, you're absolutely right, because I know there are several people who can't afford an attorney and they cop a plea. They take a plea deal because they can't afford an attorney. And that is one of the reasons why it is so important to support this cause, because when you're donating to OTHAL to help OTHAL, you're going to also be supporting the next individual that comes along, because you're donating to a nonprofit organization. By supporting Ozone, you're supporting others, and you never know when it's someone in your family that may be faced with the same or similar situation, and you'll know that you have an organization that's proven that they will stand behind an individual that they know is innocent and fight for them from the time they're arrested until they're coming out into reunited with society. So that's what the PLAP organization is about, People Legal Aid Project. And I just want to say salute to Brother Ken for having the wherewithal and the fortitude and the perseverance to keep this organization going, because this is an all Black organization for us, by us, and controlled by us. And we're not influenced by organizations such as the ADL that we have to bow down to, and operate the way that they say operate. So I encourage everyone to continue to support OTHAL.org, because in return, you're helping the PLAP organization, nonprofit organization, to be there for when the next brother or sister is engaged with a police officer that's engaged in misconduct or excessive use of force, or even, you know, sometimes our demise. So with that, Sister Didi, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I want to say this. It just makes my mind go in so many several directions. I'm starting to wonder: are we worth more dead than alive? Okay, and let me explain that comment I just made. It seems to me when things like this happen and our brothers and sisters become hashtags, it seems like there's more publicity. There's GoFundMe to the families. Plus, on top of it, excuse me, the families are awarded with tons of millions of dollars. Okay. So that's that aspect of it. And then another thing I want to bring up, we've been fighting this for nearly, on the 23rd, it'll be exactly 3 years. Okay. So our brother, OTHAL Ozone Wallace, he was a stand-up guy. I mean, he didn't have a record of, hurting anyone, or he was never convicted of anything like that, anything, period. But to sit here and to go back and forth watching the website as it pertains to the funding for his appeal, or just his whole case, period, I'm starting to wonder, if he didn't make it, would there be more publicity? See, we tend to almost glorify death more than life. This case here should be more, it should be more of our people, or people, period, coming together to make sure our brother is funded so he can get out of the situation he's in and go home to his family. Now, again, I've said this before, it's very, very, very fortunate that his attorneys are still working on his side. They're still helping him. So, shouldn't we be helping him? And I know there's people out there. I'm not trying to take away from those who are actually helping, but at the same token, it seems like our people are more into, all of this BS about celebrity gossip. Well, they're not celebrities to me, but anyway, the Diddy thing and all this other mess, when we should be really more focused on a young man locked up. He didn't get the death penalty, thank God, but he was overly sentenced. Okay? He should be home right now. He should have never been sentenced. And on top of it, that Jason Raynor, if you go back and you look up, or look at the prior footage, or YouTube videos as it pertains to Jason Raynor's record, he had like 9 or 10 or more infractions on his record as it pertains to him being suspended. There's so many different things that this cop did prior to the ozone thing, but thank God ozone did not become his next victim. So it's up to us, ozone's people, to take charge and make sure our brother is financially secured. That's our job. Now, we may not be blood related, but guess what? We are spiritually related. When I look at ozone, I look at my son, I look at my brothers and sisters. Blood couldn't even make us closer. I look at our people. Before this took place, I didn't know who ozone was. Once I got wind of what happened to our brother, I jumped on it immediately. When it happened, June 23rd of 2021, Diddy was on it, like many other people were. But then a lot of people fell off. And then it was on to the next situation, on to the next police brutality where someone did not make it. Ozone made it. We got to come together. When we look at ozone, we need to look at our family, because he is our family. No more of this. Well, I hope that don't happen to my uncle or my aunt or my sister or my brother. Guess what? It happened to our brother Ozone. He is our family. I don't look at our people as individuals or disconnected. See, we need to connect with each other. If we looked at each other as family, I think this would draw more support to ozone. Instead of saying, I hope this doesn't happen to my dad or my mom or whatever, sisters and brothers. Nah, it happened to our brother. Okay? So in order for us to continue to come together, we got to come together. We got to be monolithic, because if we're not unity, if we're not unified, man, we're nothing. We're nothing. Okay? I remember our brother had to testify, you know, um, he had to testify on behalf of himself, on behalf of himself, and did a phenomenal job at bringing out the truth. as to what took place. It was either his life or his death, and he chose to live. Now it's up to us to play our part. It ain't like we ain't gonna do nothing else. I mean, can we at least financially secure his attorneys? Can we do that? Outside of that, nobody else is gonna do anything else to free him. Can we do that? That's the least we can do. And I rest my mic.
Yeah, that was a very passionate plea to the people, to the community. And Sister Dee Dee, you said you didn't even know Ozone from anyone else that was part of that whole movement in 2020. So just if you could just surmise like really briefly why you chose to get involved and stay involved even despite all of the trials and tribulations we went through just to get to this 126,000. Why did you stick around?
Okay. I remember, we had already dealt with the Ahmaud Arbery. That was the beginning of the year. Then we had to bring I'm sorry. Then we had to Breonna Taylor. Then we had the George Floyd. And so many different situations that took place prior to June of 2021. Okay. And, sometimes you get tired of being sick and tired of hearing about so many of our people being disregarded, being trampled on, being murdered, you know, especially by people who are supposed to serve and protect. But apparently, we already know it's not about serving and protecting our people. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, anyway, long story short, I was watching Taka Bay show that night, and right before he got off, he had mentioned ozone. Now, prior to that, though, I did see ozone on a couple of people's platforms and things like that. And again, I didn't know anything about our brother Ozone. So when Tahaka Bay had mentioned right before he was about to close out his channel, his live, he said, "Oh, update, a very important update. Something just happened," and he mentioned our brother, and immediately it's like spiritually, I felt this spiritual connection as I do with all of our people. Okay, so when he had mentioned the situation with I mean, just instantly, I got into this panic, like, oh my God, and especially when he wasn't found, I was like, okay, he's still running, and I was so happy because, his life is very important to me, as it is my children, as it is my brothers and sisters. Not, oh, he's a separate entity. No, that's our brother. So when he was caught, okay, and they showed the footage of him being detained, and they put him on the plane to expedite him back to Florida, and so on and so forth. I immediately said to myself, he's still with us. And I was crying. I said, he's still with us. So even through this whole thing, from that part, that beginning to the trial and everything, I'm like, okay, the Most High, thank the Most High, he's still with us. So through all of that, and then finally, when I was able to talk to him for the first time, I had gotten his contact information, everything, gave him my number, and so on and so forth. I cried like a baby. And he said, "Hey, sis," he said, "why are you crying?" I said, "Because you're still here." He said, "Well, do I know you?" I said, "No, you don't." And I explained to him who I was and everything, and that I, wasn't really familiarized with any of the, the, what do you call it? The militias or whatever, the peaceful. Okay, and let me put that out there because I don't want people thinking, something different. He did do peaceful protest on behalf of Breonna Taylor, on behalf of so many people, and to be honest with you, I believe he was targeted because he loved his people so much, and he was, one of the ones who was investigating situations that took place in various places. So anyway, getting back on track here. So as I was talking to him, I was boohooing like a baby, and I kept explaining to him, brother, I don't know you. I said, but your sister love you. And since then, we've been, uh, chatting, whatever, on the mail thing or whatever. I have to constantly make sure he's okay. And then when I speak with his mother, Mama O, she'll tell me, hey, my son is fine and everything. So it's just that connection. A lot of our people are connected to one another. We're so divided. Everything is about just my family. If we can get out of that way of living and thinking, and start coming together like Europeans do when shit hit the fan. Them folks, they come together. They're not asking, oh, are you related to me? Are you, my third generation? Are you a part of? No, they look at each other as family. Every group of people look at one another as families, except for Negroes. I'm not calling myself a Negro, but I'm saying there's Negroes out there that don't give a damn about nothing, okay? Now, there's a lot of people out there that do support ozone, but at the same token, there's not enough. There's not enough people. So, to this day, I still keep in contact with our brother. And I told him I will not give up on him at all. I will not walk away from this because my spirit tells me to keep fighting for him. And I commend all of those who have donated, who have shared this, who are still in this fight with him. I salute you all. For those who give a damn, I salute you. I salute those who don't just, oh, well, it's not getting that much publicity, so on to the next situation. I don't salute those type of people. I don't salute those who know about this. The people he stood with in those peaceful marches, most of them have turned their backs on him. I don't salute those people at all. I don't. I salute Brother Spite, who left his family just to go out there to a whole nother state across country to bring awareness to the situation. Brother Spite, when he heard about it, he went out there not to do any wrong, just to spread awareness, just to pass out flyers. And they took 2 years from his fucking life. 2 years. And he didn't do anything. He didn't go out there doing anything wrong to people. He just wanted to bring awareness to our brother's case. And look what happened to him. 2 years of his life was taken. They kidnapped our brother for 2 years. Now, are we going to sit back and not support ozone to the point where his attorneys turn around and tell him, oh, I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do. We don't have the funding to continue this. Are we waiting for his attorneys to withdraw? I digress. So
Yeah,
I just,
and Major, what's your thoughts on that? Oh, let's no, 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 not that, not that, not hold that thought. And maybe it's going to be intertwined. But tell us how you first came to know about ozone. Remember when ozone what?
I won't lie. I ain't here to the conflict took place after. In fact, went through what they went through. Um, I was just checking out. I didn't really have an opinion about him, what have you. When I first went to formation in Lafayette, that was when I had my epiphany to want to go. I just kept seeing what happened. What happened? It went viral when it went down there to At this time, it wasn't an infect. It was just a bunch of brothers. A few brothers went down there with some guns and um, went in front the white men front their door with guns and what have you, protesting on my our Aubrey lynching. And from there, I checked it out. And the first time I heard somebody taught her to reach in the she talking about it right. So when I seen, I was just shocked. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What's going on now? So as I went to watching, I'm like, I just had started major TV, right? And I had been, I just was just talking about different things, getting the feel of, what I was doing. Then I told my family, I said, we got to go down and Lafayette. We from Louisiana, they going to Lafayette. We going to televise and see what's going on. And I went down there and I seen what it was going on. I said, damn, this feels serious, right? And from now, just talking about it, doing my research, what have you, and everybody know about how I met on GMG and so forth, so on. But I didn't, and how I met. In fact, I really didn't know him too much until after the fact. You know, when Jim got arrested and what have you, and the conflict they had. And from there, you know, I was checking it out. But but when the situation happened, when he got arrested for the shooting death of defending himself from Officer Raynor trying to sell them and take advantage of them or what have you. That's when I kind of keyed in more and what have you, because I didn't really get off until what was going on. In fact, as for the turn of conflict, I was more focused on just trying to figure out, damn, you know, this happened. Now how we gonna fix this and what have you. But I said, well, damn, I gotta talk about this brother and what have you. And I basically just spoke, and I you know, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I be trying to be objective because I understand it's war, and when it's war, you know, it's like your emotions really don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because when stuff happens to you, you cry and talk about it, don't mean nothing. They gonna still kill you, gonna still lock you up. You know, they don't understand what that. They don't understand but war. You know, we gotta understand that. So when they do us dirty and we getting our feelings about it, cool. But when you in reality, it's like that's what they've been doing us. Like, see, we got to understand like what happened with Otho, that we forgot what happened with Huey P. Newton, right? When they pulled him over, what have you, with and so we him the police and they killed the police and they beat the charge. Must have forgot about Angela Davis too, you know what I'm saying? With George Jackson, them and John Jackson and the little gun deal, she beat the charge, right? So we didn't have kids where there was no social media, what have you. But the people got behind them and made sure they was all right. In this day and age, social media, so we weaponize it, we become more divisive with it, take a position, supporting this one over other. We dealing with like issues that need our attention, but we don't know how to rally our troops around coming behind it because, you know, leadership is poor in the United States. Our black leadership or whatever, they're horrible in the sense of organizing other leaders. It's like I got to be over all y'all, you know, as opposed to us coming together and like mind respecting each other and really coming together with the right message to unite people, not making nobody feel lesser or larger, but just dealing with the situation at hand. So for me personally, and I kind of got away from it a little bit. I kind of start checking the brother out since then. But when I see we have the police and what have them know my interaction and stuff, and how he came on top and what have you, and they consider how they violate his rights and stuff. I said, well, damn, I gotta definitely support this brother and help this brother, you know. But this is what I do anyway, so it was nothing new for me. You know, I've been donating and supporting, helping people, so that's nothing new to me. Like, you know, I don't have no. It's like when you have seen the light and you see what's going on, you tend to like even when I come out and started my channel and started following in fact and like listen what have you. It was just something new, like, okay, cool, let me see if they're on to something, right? But the movement itself had been going on, just been like a roller coaster ride. But when I seen what he did to defend himself and stuff like that, I said, then I had to support him and whatnot, you know. So that's why I got behind him and whatnot.
That's awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, we are discussing Remember OTHAL Ozone Wallet Support Campaign June 2024. This is the month that OTHAL was kidnapped and now he's doing some unjust time for defending himself, like the brother just said. So we want you all to contribute by submitting your handwritten letters, or you can memorize your letter and let your voice be heard. Put it in the atmosphere on June 23rd, 2024. We're looking for Warriors for Ozone. We're going to have a virtual solidarity day. Virtual solidarity day on June 23rd, 2024. Warriors for Ozone. And we want to make this engaging. So we want the involvement of the community. So if you're too scared to write down your remember when you met Ozone, remember when Ozone did this, or remember when Ozone helped that one, or remember when Ozone said this. If you too scared to submit that, then tell a friend that you know Ozone, and have them submit. Now, those who submit comes with this. If you want your letter to be read and to be entered into a free gift drawing, then we must see a donation from you between now and next Saturday. Then you submit your letter, your memorized part, recorded version, to newsfactc@gmail.com. And the reason why I'm doing this is because we want to make sure that you don't say anything that may compromise our brother's case. Now, we know we love them, and sometimes we go in on people. But we don't want to do that. We want this to be positive vibrations. We want this to be a show of support of Othel Wallace, showing the community how we remember our brother, and we're not gonna stand for him just being, his name not ringing out, especially in the month of June. So for everyone in the sound of my voice and those who may listen later, we need you to participate in this special support campaign. And then on June 23rd, those who submitted their piece, will read them on the air. We'll let you come on the air if you want to do your piece live. We'll give you the link. You can send your recorded version and we'll play that as well. We want your voice to be heard at this time, letting the world know that you support and stand with Othel Ozone Wallace. We remember Othel Ozone Wallace in the month of June. We need your support. Donate at othel.org if you're not going to participate. Those who are going to participate, it's very important that you make your donation to othel.org. We want to put a minimum price on it, but for me, I'm like, you know, those who really rock with Ozone will make it a strong donation for their voice to be heard on June 23rd, to show the world how you support Othel, how you didn't waver. You stood 10 toes down and you still here because you believe in his innocence and you believe that he deserves a new trial. That's that's what this is about. Remember Othel Ozone Wallace. So with that, hey, do any of my co-hosts have any questions about how this is going to work? I know Didi and I, we spoke briefly about it, but Major, how do you feel about this? Do you think this is, you know, put that positive vibration in the atmosphere by us reading those letters on the day that he was actually accosted by Jason Rayner? How do you feel about that, brother? Your mic is muted, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anything to keep the conversation going around him and keep engaging with the with our people. Yeah, I'm good about that. We should know not to say nothing, to do nothing reckless or what have you. And at the same time, we should know it should be all about um contributing and helping, as opposed to tearing down anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure you're gonna be responsible enough to engage properly, and we can build off that.
All right, that's what's up. Sister Didi, you have any other questions?
Well, no, I do have a comment. Just reiterating from just this whole show, what we've been talking about from day one. You know, a lot of our people sometimes, they may get upset about the way things are going. They may back away for their own personal feelings. And again, we need to get out of our fucking feelings, okay? First and foremost, get out of your feelings. Either you're going to be in this fight to bring our brother home or you're not. So many of our people started out donating, okay, and then they fell off because they were mad about how things were in the beginning and so on and so forth. Now, with that being said, our sister mentioned PLAP, the People Legal Aid Project, okay? We have got to continue to donate. That is a legitimate site. It's othal.org. That's through PLAP, OTHAL.org. We have got to continue because the attorneys are on board. The attorneys are getting paid. So it's up to us, again, to fund this all the way, not just stop here. Now, what I'm doing, and I mentioned this in our last broadcast, I will be donating $200 a month every 25th day of each month. So, what I'm asking, or what we're asking, is if people can pick a day out of a month between the 1st and the 30th, the 1st and the what, 31st or whatever, however many months is in a days are in a month, pick a day where you can afford to donate whatever, 100, 200, 3, whatever. Okay? Pick a day and stick with that. So this month on the 25th, and I've been saving. Right now I have $75 saved. By the time the 25th come, I'll have that 200 that I can donate to our brother's legal defense fund. So if we all can pick a date, even if you can't donate that much, $25, 20, whatever you can give. But like when your rent and your mortgage and your cable and your Netflix and your utility bill is due, we all keep up with that, right? If we want to keep things on. I consider our brother a bill that has got to get met. That's why I chose to do 200 every 25th of the month. Now, if I can do more, I will. Okay? But he's guaranteed to receive 200 a month from me to go towards othal.org. I guarantee you, if we all were to pick and choose a date, no matter what, stick to that date, our brother, his attorney will be paid. And then on to the next case. Right now, we're still stuck on this case because they're not fully funded. We have got to get our brother fully taken care of. Thank you.
Yeah, Sister Didi, you're absolutely right. And I can't reach your 300. I can't match your 300, but I have been seriously debating what number I can commit to. Um, but right now, I know that we have several other events that's coming up where individuals like myself who that cannot commit every month to make such a contribution, we have events such as these where you can make a contribution. We have the Juneteenth walk coming up, the Juneteenth run walk coming up. That's an annual event. I do believe this is the third annual event. That's not the one I want to show. Hold on one second. Let me show you guys the website. So every year, PLAP hosts this run walk um, for Juneteenth. And if you go to the website and click on 5K Freedom Run Walk, June 24, we usually hold that on June 19th. So it is going to be June 19th, 2024 at 10 a.m. And here's where you can pledge. You can pledge for anyone that's running or walking. You can you could commit to run and walk yourself and pledge for yourself. You can pledge, like I'm thinking of this time around, I'm going to pledge $25 for each mile I commit, right? So if I do five, then 5 times 25, come on, y'all, how much is that? I was absent in school. Hurry up. Hurry up. Y'all smart. $125. That's
I
what
was
I'm
just
going
about to say
to
125, sis.
125.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pledge 125. I'm pledging making my pledge, my commitment right here today, June 9th. So anybody who's not gonna walk or run, check it out. Pledge whatever you can towards me. $5, $10, whatever. But all these funds, all these pledges are going towards OTHAL.org. So, like, if you can't make the commitment to commit every month, in the month of June, you have an opportunity to donate by pledging for anyone that you see here, or you can get involved yourself by committing to running and walking, and then having your people, your sphere of influence, pledge that you're going to do the walk as well. Pledge however amount per mile you walk or run, just like that. Yeah, that's how that goes. So you have opportunities to donate for a good cause, and why not? Look, I'm gonna be sweating out here in Texas, y'all. We got triple digit temperatures already, and it's just the beginning of June. In May, we had triple digit temperatures. So I'm gonna be out there walking and keeping hydrated at the same time. But it's for a good cause because I'm getting my body back in shape. You know what I mean? I fell off since the last time. I ain't gonna even lie. But so that's my commitment right here. $125, $25 for every mile I do. Y'all pray for me in this heat.
Let
So
me
yeah, come on, man.
let me come in and say this, like, right, and I gotta definitely specifically say to Ms. Didi, we gotta keep the positive energy coming. You know, we my thing is this, right? If you believe in the Most High, anything possible. You can't make nobody donate. You can't make nobody see your point. All you can do is keep pushing the narrative of supporting his brother, considering the egregious situation he was put in that resulted in him going to prison and whatnot and giving him 30 years. But we got to keep it positive. Like, we shouldn't get upset if nobody donate. You know, we have to pray to the Most High that the Most High work those blessings in. Find grace, find mercy, find a way where we can help this brother. We shouldn't worry about who donating, who stopped donating, and what have you. We just got to keep the message going forward. Because if we're gonna say positive vibration, we're gonna say positive, and you got to keep it like that. We shouldn't be distracted by nothing outside the conversation helping this brother. And I just wanted to say that because we can get sidetracked into looking at what's going on and really be bothered about what we seeing. We know our community is doing injustice itself by not coming together and not supporting this and many other things in our community. But we can't be discouraged. We can't waver. We can't let that negative energy getting us. Whereas we just letting out our emotions about what people are doing and not doing. I learned a couple things in my life, and one thing I learned is that you gotta focus on, you can't control nothing else around you but you. Hopefully, energy and what you do transfer to other people. That's why I was telling Cole today, actions speak louder than words. It's cool that we talking, but people gotta see us actually do it, right? And what you committed of giving so much money a month. Somebody might can do this, some can't. But those who can donate, whether it's financially or spreading the word, that's still a blessing. But we have to stay positive because I know this brother, the way he at right now, I know you need positive energy and you need us to keep doing what we're doing. We don't need to send out no bad vibrations. We don't want nobody to feel like we hate them or mad with them. We know the problem. We know what's going on. But at the same time, we got to stay positive and keep pushing the message about supporting his brother.
Yeah, and brother Major, and that's what I had stated earlier, that even for those who are not financially, capable of helping out, um, if we can, if they can at least spread, the word, share the live. So, and definitely, and I do apologize profusely if I, led anyone to believe that, I'm negatively or I brought any negativity to this, because that's not what I'm here to do. So, but I do have some great news. Our brother RJ just cashed at me. So I'm going to go ahead and send in his donation. Okay. And thank you for that positive energy, both Sister Cody and Brother Major. And Brother Major, you are absolutely right. I think what kind of set me off just a little bit. This, I don't know who this divine light is. It's a lot of
Hey, we not
negativity.
gonna we not gonna spread any light on it. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we ain't gonna do that neither. I was just about to say the same thing.
yeah.
And
So
Yeah,
you
let's go ahead
can
and
they
refresh
be
the
deleted?
keep that
Can they
tunnel
be
vision.
blocked?
Stay focused
we
on what
gonna
we doing.
hey
Can they be blocked? Can you take them off or something? This,
uh
can you
we're
delete them,
gonna
block them, or something,
what we're
please?
gonna do is we're gonna ignore them and allow them to expose themselves like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna refresh the page and see where we at. See if somebody was brave enough to make a donation in this hour, based on everything we said. You know what I mean? You know, you can't do it later. Do it now. You can't
Say
do it
Miss
now. Do
Didi,
it later.
we
Yeah.
see it, we just not acknowledging it. We
Okay.
come with
All right.
positive vibrations today.
All day, every day. We gotta get this
Yeah.
money, man. Money, man, is still the same.
Very crazy.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and.
we
Okay,
about
I'm
that
gonna go ahead.
hashtag 3 zone. We that's what we on right now.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and put his donation up there that RJ had pledged. So I'll be grabbing the Cash App card so I can go ahead and be about that business.
Yeah, most definitely do that, do that, do that. So what we want to do is, since we're coming up on this 1 o'clock hour, we want to let know from the chat if y'all have any questions regarding what we're trying to do for the month of June, how you can show that you remember Otho Wallace in this hour. Remember, June 23rd was the day that he was kidnapped and forced back into slavery. So we want to remember Otho Ozone Wallace this month. And we want to know how y'all best remember Otho Ozone Wallace, right? Like our sister say, we say free ozone, free ozone. But yeah, let us know how you know and why you want ozone to be free. How do you know ozone and why do you want it to be free? This is your chance to put that positive vibration in the air. Is much needed in this hour. So you got some time. I think we got what, approximately two weeks maybe to get it in. So and that way we can start this community of ozone supporters that you guys get is, updates on when we're going to go live and have other fundraisers and what those fundraisers entail. And we want the community to be more interactive with this support campaign, not just for June, we're bringing it out, but until our brother is free. That is the mission. So hashtag free ozone, that's what we mean. That's what we're on. And so, yeah, Warriors for Ozone's virtual Solidarity Day on June 23rd. Again, do not forget that on June 19th, instead of being out there celebrating at the white man's celebrations that they're gonna make money off of by us going out there spending our dollars, I would suggest that you instead take part in the Juneteenth 5K run walk that PLAP organization has put together and has been doing so for a number of years. So that's what we mean by support your own, right? And then get in shape too. If I'm gonna be out there in the sun and sweating, I'm gonna need some comrades. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Major, you know what? I don't go live that often on Instagram. Sister Didi, I think I could go live on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? We should walk together. Y'all down? 10 a.m. June 19th. Y'all supposed to be off, right? We got that's a holiday for us black folks, right? Your mic is muted, Major. Your mic muted. I can't hear you.
I'm glad you didn't. But now I work for myself. I'll see. I'll see. That's a Wednesday. I'll see. I'll see. I've been in the gym a lot, so. But I definitely can. I wouldn't mind supporting. I ain't high on the Juneteenth thing, and I hate when they give us something. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's just do it for that, Just do it on the street that, this is the day that everybody gonna be walking in solidarity. And then we come back and share our with our war wounds on the 23rd. You can tell us how, you almost damn near passed out trying to make that 5K run. We're gonna share our stories, right? But this all is about remembering Otho Wallace. So that's what this has been about, my family. So If y'all don't have any questions out the chat, Major, you real good at running through the chat. Acknowledge our people in the chat. Get it in, brother. Let's get it in.
Oh, you know, it's something good acknowledging people. You know, man, look, I definitely want to send out to Miss Jennifer Williams. You know what I'm saying? OTHAL mom, all praise the Most High for her, and just being behind her son, man. Definitely got to keep her, the family in prayers. So thank you for coming through, my man. Vince, the ancestors, and Twine come through. What's up, brother? Major in room. This brother one of the day ones. I really appreciate him. Of course, you got on Perrin One Love family, confidence. On salute from Jacksonville, Florida. Respect to Haiti. By far, Abu, I think. Agabu, New African Brother Ozone organization has to be strong to prevent hate. I see. Lady Rule, L, ADOS, B1, Shalom family. Shalom sister, thank you for coming through. Queen Ota come through. Older mom, I'm here but taking care of the house issues. Brother Judah Rising, Brother Spike come to salute. Shalom family. Gary Brandt, what's up? Long time no see. Peace and blessing from Ozone, the true soldier, real talk. Foundation, Foundation, Negro descendant, survival, America, slavery. Well, you already know that's a troll and stuff like that. And let me see. Sojourner Light Country. Speaking of family, peace and blessings, thank you for coming through, my brother. What else? Who else? Silverback 44. Don't do anything, Rick. That's just what I'm saying. So there's a conversation going on. And shout out to Gary again. He said much love to Big Brother on the panel, Major. Much love you, brother. Silverback said those that feel they can do much should find someone else to work with. Sis Didi, don't worry. So that's both the moms again coming through. I just flashing through in the comments that's negative. I may read one of them, but I try to avoid the comments that's negative or what have you. But I want to thank everybody viewing, those who support the program and those who don't. Y'all still giving us credit in reference to views and whatnot. And I digress on that, but I really appreciate Sister Didi, Sister Cody from allowing me to come on and be a part of this special movement for OTHAL to raise this money for his attorney. And I thank you for viewing. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. We need engagement. You know, we get the engagement going, it's gonna circulate in the algorithm and what have you. Because with OTHAL going through, what our community going through, it's devastating, and we have to understand that we have to keep the conversation going and understand that the only way we're going to be able to be on top is by taking the opportunity to have these conversations as well as put boots on the ground and make a difference. So shout out to everybody that's just supporting and donate. Please donate. Please donate, support. Donate don't just mean money. It can be circulating this video or what have you, telling other people to donate, etc. So I digress, just letting y'all know that I appreciate y'all and everything y'all trying to do. Salute.
One for the money, you know what it is. Two for the show, yeah, we shut it down. Three, just to make sure you ready. Four, let them know that we run this town. One for the money, you know what it is. Two for the show, yeah, we shut it down. Three, just to make sure you ready. Four, let them know that we run. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are now tuned in to the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time.
I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better.
One for the money, you know what it is. Two for the show, yeah, we shut it down. Three, just to make sure you ready. Four, let them know that we run this town. One for for the money, you know what it is. 2 for the show, yeah, we shut it down. 3 just to make sure you ready. Life through the sea.